Hello everyone. So I am a UPSC aspirant and I am doing this book Ramesh Singh, and I should recommend that Indian Economy for Ramesh Singh is the best book which everyone should read. I have purchased it yesterday only, and I have completed the 3 chapters. So to have the basic understanding of all these chapters, I would recommend you to take this book as soon as possible. So for this, the contents are micro, macro, economic systems, Washington consensus, Beijing consensus, Santiago consensus, and all these topics are very important. And for the second chapter, which is the World Happiness Report, gross national happiness, human development, all about it. And the third chapter, so I will be giving you the background of the chapter 1 and the chapter 2, but before that I will be going to start with chapter 3, because chapter 3, it is about the evolution, and that is, I think, most important to study before the chapter 1 and chapter 2, that how the policies they were started for. So for this chapter 3, firstly I have to understand, so I have made these notes. You can also take, I will also send you the notes if you want it, that how the UK aimed at easy and foster exploitation of India's resources. See, we know that colonial government did not play a proactive role. It is the proactive role. See, colonial government, जो हमारे Britishers जो थे हमारे colonial government, they did not play a proactive role. ठीक है, that means, so we can see here only the colonial government did not play a proactive role in promoting agriculture or industry. So how this, I will tell you that how we will start. See, firstly we have studied about here about the colonial government and what they have done. In the first point, they have only done the exploitation. In the second point, the British government was busy in the drainage of wealth. There was the unequal exchange of rate, exports of primary items. In third is the neglected social sector. Social sector means about the literacy, about the life expectancy, and because of that the India had to suffer. India after independence we have to suffer, and the leaders and we have started the planning commission, then it was turned into Niti Aayog, then these were the strategies that were taken. Now I will be clearing you about the policy evolution, that what happened. See, by the 1930s and early 1940s, it was clear that India might get independence very soon. So we have already studied about the Pune Swaraj and all thing. So it was clear during that time that India get independence very soon. The independent India would inherit a very weak economy. Why do we say that हम weak economy we will inherit? Weak economy means already Britishers, they have exploited our agrarian, our indigenous industries and domestic industries because of the imports and exports. So what the Britishers they used to do, they used to import our priceless raw materials, and they used to export the manufactured products. Because of that weak economy, and this was not a secret, and everybody knew that the economic condition of the India is very bad. So prominent political leaders, industrialists before independence, they had almost reached a consensus for the fundamental policy actions, that what do we now, how the this this problematic situation कैसे handle करनी है. So for that economic planning is required, proactive role of government is required, and discouragement to foreign investment. The best way to understand an economy is to study its economic policies. So for the ease and the better understanding, we can classify India's economic policies into 2 categories. So देखो, अगर हमें किसी की बेस्ट अंडरस्टैंड करनी है इकोनॉमी को, तो हमें इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज़ को पढ़ना पड़ेगा. तो इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज़ के लिए हम इनको 2 ब्रॉड कैटेगराइज में करेंगे. सो हमारी जो इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज़ हो जाती हैं, they can be grouped into 2. Fundamental and the non-fundamental. ठीक है. So fundamental policies and the non-fundamental. See, you will be asking me कि यहाँ पे तो foundational लिखा है और मैंने fundamental लिखा है. See, the basic thing is this. Only fundamental मैंने सिर्फ समझाने के लिए लिखा है कि what do we understand. Foundational policy, देखो हमने fundamental means which is essential. Foundational policies and fundamental. So we can use them. So without understanding, जब तक हम foundational policies को नहीं study करेंगे, we will not study foundational policies, which is a subject matter. It is not possible to understand the Indian economy of today. And the non-foundational policies actually consist of all the major industrial policies and the related policies. Okay. Which is the subject matter of this chapter, it is not possible to understand economy and the non-foundational policy which are discussed in the chapter 8. अब हम इनको क्लासीफाई करेंगे कि कौन कौन सी फाउंडेशनल पॉलिसीज़ हैं हमारी और हमारी कौन कौन सी नॉन फाउंडेशनल पॉलिसीज़ हैं. So what are the foundational policies and what are the non-foundational policies we are going to study in the next video.